Hello again, my name is Humphrey and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite camera rigs. This is my PVC based camera dolly that runs on tracks, and it's a very inexpensive and simple tool that can transform your shots and take it to the next level. And today I'm going to show you exactly how I built it and all the parts involved. So as you might know, when you're filming, the dolly will help you to give you these nice smooth tracking shots, and I think if you're an aspiring filmmaker such as myself, a dolly is something that you just cannot do without. The amount of just improvement in the smoothness that it gives you is just something that you just can't replicate handheld. I think there's a lot of things out there like shoulder rigs, handheld stabilizer. I've also built one myself. But a dolly, I think, in the long run is just something that everyone who's into film or anything to do with video is just has to have. I found a lot of ideas online on building dollies, but I just found that this was the simplest in that the parts that I use are very easy to find. I use these skateboard wheels. It's a fairly easy rig to build. The only difficulty is that when you're building it, it's important to ensure that your front and rear wheels are perfectly aligned. And so when you're cutting them, it's important to make sure that the angle in the front is the same as the angle in the back. Otherwise, you'll find that your dolly will be tending to skew to one direction. And so that was the main challenge that I had. But having tracks also helps that, in that when you have tracks, then it obviously helps the dolly to not skew in one direction. In terms of parts, I think it really boils down to the size of your tripod, the height of your tripod, and just what you prefer in terms of what would be the best position and the best height for you to have your dolly accessible for you. I pretty much measured the parts that I would need based on my tripod and my comfortable height that allows me to just move along and walk as I dolly. So I pretty much use about 2.5 meters of PVC pipes. And so what I did was, this was one continuous pipe, and then obviously I just cut it in the middle, similar to this one. This was a one I'd say about 40 centimeters tube that I cut in the middle, and I just fit these two T-joints on either one of them. I've only screwed in the T-joints on this side of the dolly. I didn't screw it this side. This helps me to be able to detach the dolly like so, and same on the other side, and that helps when I'm traveling, in that I can just squeeze everything in one bag with my lights and my cables, and then when I get on set, all I do is to assemble. Let's just slot it in like that, and hey presto. And when you're dollying, when you're shooting with a dolly, you're not going to be moving around, so it's not going to come loose or anything. And if you're going to be running while dollying, then you really probably shouldn't be dollying. So that's that. In terms of fixing the tripod to the dolly, this was a major challenge for me, and so I employed the use of these rubber corks, as you can see here. So I just bought 3. They're about 25 millimeters wide, but I guess it depends on your tripod as well. And so what happens is, once this thing is set up, I just put the tripod wheels right here, and that balances it. So what I did is that I took each of these rubber corks and I just drilled a hole to fit a 4 millimeter screw, and then I just put the hole right through, and okay, I'd have a hole, and I just have that looking like that, and then this would then go into the PVC into a 4 millimeter hole that I've drilled. And so as you can see there, these rubber corks are drilled in at an angle to facilitate the tripod to be able to stand. And again, this depends on the kind of tripod that you have in terms of what kind of angle you want to use. A challenge that you might find is that if you're dollying on a surface that's not smooth, or if you do a fast dolly, is that you find that one of the tripod legs might just move from one of these stoppers here. And so what I've done is I use Velcro straps to strap the leg to the dolly itself. So I'll strap each of these legs and then be able to carry the dolly with the tripod, and that's just helped a lot. I found that I didn't need support structures for the dolly tracks, and I think that's primarily because of the wheels. The wheels themselves act as a stopper for the track, and they guide it. The wheels actually guide the track, and it never actually moves off. and I've actually done some fast dollying with this dolly, so it works pretty well. So here's some sample footage of me using the dolly. I've recently shot a music video for a friend of mine, and I use this dolly for 90% of the shots, and here's a few of the shots. So as I said, this is really one of my favorite rigs, and every single shoot that I do, I never go without my dolly. And it's not perfect, it doesn't replace the professional gear, but if you're on a low budget like myself, PVC can really be the most helpful material to build some of your rigs. I've built probably about 5 rigs using mainly PVC. This is one of them, and it's really helped a lot. And you can tell me in the comment section what you think. Yeah, it doesn't replace the professional gear, but if you're on a low budget like myself, it really helps a lot, and I use this in every one of my shots that I do. I always find a place where I can use the dolly, so it's really awesome. And please let me know in the comment section what you think, or maybe if you've got a better version or things that you think I can improve in the dolly. Thanks for watching, and I'll be posting more footage shot with this dolly in the future. Cheers!